Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Welcome to the Headmaster's Diary of fascinating and enjoyable stories and lessons. In this short time, I will narrate stories derived from my experiences in life. As a father to my lovely kids, and as an educator in the field of education, where I had spent 20 memorable years, and inshallah many more to come. I've learned and taught lessons from and to the people around me. Some of these lessons were funny, some were emotional, and some were unforgettable. But in all cases, I have been blessed with life experiences that are far too valuable to keep in my diary, and that is why I felt the need to share them all with you. I pray that Allah grants us the ability to not only listen and learn, but also to practice the lessons that we learn and improve ourselves and contribute to society in a positive way. Today, I'd like to talk to you about having a positive attitude. In life, we are so often exposed to negative news and negative thoughts that it contributes to people feeling helpless and depressed. This constant negativity has made people lose hope, and many people who have lost loved ones, for example, or perhaps their jobs, have become even more depressed by the daily updates of others. It seems that our world revolves around the concept of the only news worth mentioning is bad news. Some viewers may feel this way because you have not achieved what you set out to achieve. Or you feel that something should be yours, but it is with somebody else. Many of us accept the outcome of our destiny, and we constantly complain of our hand in life. We do, however, have a choice in how we deal with this and similar situations. My story begins with a boy that was 4 years old. He had been misunderstood throughout his early years in school. He always found himself in trouble because of silly mistakes and unintentional action. He could not sit in his chair for more than 5 minutes and would always interfere with other students. He struggled with learning, and he found the whole situation hopeless, as he was constantly told by teachers, friends, and even his parents that he was a naughty boy and that he was always doing the wrong thing. He was often told that his actions would make people hate him. This constant negativity led to the student to see the whole world through the eyes of others. Sounds familiar? That is exactly what some people feel by constantly listening and seeing the gloomy side of life. We eventually start believing that the situation is hopeless. So did this boy. He gave up on himself, and things only got worse, until one day he bit another student. He was asked to leave the school as he was a health and safety risk to others. The student moved from one school to the next, and he was often labeled by his past actions and never given a chance. 3 years later, this student is completely different, and his story I found to be fascinating. I met him as I was walking the mall on a quiet Saturday afternoon. He explained how difficult the last 3 years had been for him. Just when it seemed that everybody had given up on him, his parents found a personal tutor as their final hope to save their son. His tutor was given the previous history of the boy, but refused to let that affect his decision. And so they began their journey with a clean slate. No history or negativity, just an opportunity to work together and to learn from each other. This tutor supported the boy, and he decided to help him after discovering that he was desperately seeking attention by doing such negative behavior. He made a concerted effort to find small things in the boy's work and life to praise. It was not an easy journey. The boy had been told that he was a failure and believed it, so he constantly acted out and made excuses not to behave. But his teacher never gave up and found the smallest good deed to praise him for. Eventually, the boy realized that he can be good. And soon enough, his teacher was telling his parents how good the student was and how intelligent he is, and that he did not in fact have a learning difficulty, but instead needed to be shown the appropriate boundaries to correct behavior and a different approach to his learning. This method had worked, and soon enough, the positive encouragement that the student received made him see the positive side of life. In life, we must always have hope and must always believe in the good that life has to offer. Remember, we are blessed beyond our wildest imagination, and we should be grateful for all our blessings. If this student were left to believe that he was a failure, he would have ended up being a failure. But in this case, a person who looked at life positively entered his life and made him see differently. The same can be applied to our lives. We can choose to look at the negative aspects of life and continue to feel depressed and hate our situation. Or we can look at the blessings that we have. It is our decision. A positive attitude is something that is felt inside and that can also be seen by those around you. It is a kind of energy that makes a difference in your life and the lives of others. May Allah change our lives for the better, and may He continue to bless you and your family and grant us, the Muslim Ummah, Jannatul Firdaus. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.